best fighter in the light heavyweight division, Jon Jones, who has relinquished his championship belt in 2020, is rumored to be returning to the octagon fence, but this time Jon Jones has moved up one division. UFC is reportedly preparing for a fight between two UFC monsters, Jon Jones vs Francis Ngannou in the heavyweight division. What's more interesting, this time Jon Jones immediately get the title fight over the crown, that is currently being held by the only African monster who still holds the throne, Francis Ngannou. Even though initially Jon Jones planned to return to the octagon in early 2022, it seems that negotiations regarding wages that were not approved by the UFC meant that Jones has not fought until now. But now UFC fans are finally getting a glimmer of hope as Jones returns to the octagon. Jon Jones, who really wanted to fight, was even ready to be given an opponent that was below his expectations, namely Stipe Miocic. The fight with Stipe Miocic is planned to take place at UFC 282, with the main card Glover Teixeira vs Jiri Prochazka 2. However, according to senior MMA journalist Ariel Helwani, the Jones vs Miocic reportedly cancelled because the salary offered by UFC didn't suit Miocic's wishes. But don't be disappointed, guys, because even so, the UFC isn't discouraged to bring Jones vs Ngannou. According to BPen.com, the UFC has prepared a fight for Jon Jones vs Francis Ngannou at UFC 285, which will take place on March 5, 2023 in Las Vegas. Don't be happy just yet. We know that Francis Ngannou's current contract will expire in 2023. If only the biggest MMA promoter in the world had not given Francis Ngannou a new contract before the end of 2023, most likely the duel between the two giants will be cancelled again. But also don't be too sad, guys, even though in the end Ngannou really didn't fight Jones, the UFC has prepared a replacement fighter. BPen.com said that the replacement fighter would later be Curtis Blaydes, the giant who has a fighting style like Khabib Nurmagomedov, but in the heavyweight division. Why Curtis Blaydes? Curtis Blaydes is considered unique because he has a wrestling fighting style in the heavyweight division, where his fighters tend to use striking duels rather than grappling. Blaydes' fame may not be as popular as Ngannou's, but his abilities should not be underestimated. Blaydes has won his last 3 fights, defeating Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Chris Daukaus and Tom Aspinall. If only Jones met Curtis Blaydes, who has wrestling skills and punching power, Jones will definitely get in trouble. Paddy Pimblett vs Jared Gordon. While Jon Jones failed to appear at UFC 282, which will feature the main card Glover Teixeira vs Jiri Prochazka 2, Jiri Prochazka actually reportedly withdrew from the fight due to an injury during training. As a result, the main card of UFC 282 was replaced with a fight between Jan Blachowicz vs Magomed Ankalaev as the main card. But what's more interesting is the co-main event that presents a fight between Paddy Pimblett vs Jared Gordon. Paddy Pimblett from Liverpool, who has an MMA record of 19-3, will meet Jared Gordon from Queens, New York, who has an MMA record of 19-5. This is Pimblett's 4th fight in the UFC, while for Gordon, this is his 12th fight. Even though this is a co-main event battle, it seems that Paddy Pimblett is not impressed with the choice of opponent he will face. This time, Pimblett confirmed that he would win via knockout and continue his winning streak. Since his arrival at the UFC, Pimblett has indeed attracted attention with his always impressive appearance. Pimblett's 3 straight wins have come from 1 knockout and 2 submissions from their previous 3 bouts. In the interview, Pimblett said that he would try to score a knockout, while Gordon would try to win. Pimblett also said that he had a training partner who was of the same build as Gordon, both in height and in the way he threw his punches. Pimblett also confirmed that he would fight and would receive a heavy blow. If indeed Pimblett is able to win this fight, it will open up the opportunity for Pimblett to break into his position in the top 15 lightweight fighters. On the other hand, Gordon came after recovering from a loss against Grant Dawson in April 2022. Then he won via unanimous decision against Leonardo Santos at UFC 278 in August 2022 in his last fight. So guys, that's an update from QINIMA Sports. Don't forget to like our video if it's useful and write your comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in another video.